Welcome to your Daily 5. I am today's host, Bruce Fraser. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to have a great session. We are going to do a workshop on swing trading with point and figure charting method. This is going to be a ongoing topic. We're going to cover more of this on power charting this coming Friday, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time, StockCharts TV. So please, if you enjoy this episode, join us for power charting either live or on demand. Some key points to keep in mind for swing trading. It's advisable only to trade in harmony with the primary trend. Primary trend is down right now, so we need to be very, very careful. Bear markets are treacherous. Things happen unexpectedly in bear markets. Watch a recent episode of Your Daily 5 that I did on anatomy of a bear market, May 24th. It's available on demand, so check that out. Also, this last Friday on power charting, I did a session with John Colucci on anatomy of a bear market, some additional topics. Swing trading technique. Trading time frame for swing trading is a few weeks to a few months. I say 2 months here. It's very open. You'll see the point figure helps us to sort of figure out the timing. Stops are very important in swing trading. Always have stops. Set your stops close, minimal losses. The goal is then to sell on strength, sell on the surges up, show you how to do that here. During bear markets, it is essential to trade small position sizes. Don't overtrade, don't trade large, just trade for form, and just keep your head in the game. This methodology works for long and short selling. I don't recommend really trading either long or short in a bear market, but people tend to do it anyway. So this is my advice for you that choose to trade in bear markets. Keep stops tight, raise stops to break even or better as the trade is working. Very important. As soon as you see a trade starting to work, you get above break even, move your stop up, get it to break even or better, and make sure that you can do everything you can to lock in your gain and protect your capital. We use one box construction method for swing trading. You can see that in the point figure engine at StockCharts. It's really, really good point figure. Traditional scaling is typically what we use. Vertical charts are daily with relative strength. And I love John Colucci's quote, point figure method is the stored energy potential for price movement. We're going to see that here in a minute. Speaking of John Colucci, John and I are going to do a scanning special, and it's called Look Less, See More. And it's called Part 4, but there's no need to have attended the prior scanning sessions to benefit greatly from this. John has put some great scans together for you that you're going to be able to work with right away. And here are the 3 sessions. I'm very interested in session 3, which is using scanning to enhance your portfolio management. This is what I did as a career, and it's a very, very powerful tool. We want to bring these tools to individuals so that we all can benefit and strengthen our portfolio management skills. Go to wyckoffanalytics.com to learn more and to sign up. Anatomy of a bear. This is the talk I gave on Your Daily 5, May 24th. We looked at 3 prior bear markets, analyzed them for their comparisons and their differences. And then also this last week on power charting, we do more of that. So check that out. It's really important to be good at understanding the character of bull and bear markets. Our first case study for today is M&T Bank. MTB is the symbol. You can see up here on the vertical chart that it had a substantial surge. Let me see if I can get a highlighter here. Oh, where's my highlighter? There we go. And so we have a accumulation type structure potentially, lower highs throughout. That's a concern. We do have positive relative strength. So that's all very positive. So over here, we can see that there are potential distribution and accumulation type structures. What's tradable here? Well, let's check that out. And here is a blow up of this chart. So the first thing we'll look at is the distribution. This distribution, as soon as it pushes up after weakness, we see it's a range bound situation with an automatic reaction. We call it in Wyckoff, creates a range bound condition. This turns out to be distribution. One up thrust above this area here, and then failure. So we count from here over. This count gives us an objective 162, 160. Look what a beautiful job it does. Remember, we want to cover shorts on weakness. And here you can see in this surge, a beautiful opportunity to cover shorts into what turns out to be a stopping action. Now, look at this wicked advance and then another decline down into a testing situation. Remember, it's a big range bound structure. We're not even seeing all of it on the point and figure chart. Well, there's another accumulation here. And this accumulation is small, but very intriguing. It then rallies up to resistance, comes back one box, begins its surge up and out. Trade the spring or trade this test and look at the count potential that we get. We're out on a surge into our point and figure count. The count could potentially get larger, but we look what happens. We come back down and spring these lows and test these lows here. Now there's an attempt to go back up. Now, there may be more work to do, but so far this count gives us a potential up to 194. So we have to set our stops close, keep them near or just below these key prior lows, and then look for strength and maybe a backup for an opportunity to enter. Our next stock is semiconductor maker NVIDIA. Such an interesting company, big distribution here, and then a markdown. You can see the distribution on the vertical, redistribution across here, and then a very big decline, possible structure range bound. Maybe this is accumulation. Okay, so we look across here, the distribution takes us to the area 268 to 232, surges down into this area, slightly throws under it, and then becomes range bound in the area of this count, which happens a lot. This is interesting because this looks like potential accumulation. And in fact, it is. We take this count across here, 19 columns, gives us a count potential up to 284, 288, counts right to it. Beautiful, can sell on strength, be out of this because look what happens next. Oh my goodness. So now here is a potential accumulation. Maybe it's redistribution here, but a successful test in spring of this low. Now it's attempting to rally, maybe range bound back up to this area. Well, this count across here, which now under 200 is a 2-point scaling, counts up to 188, 208, and this is into the resistance area. So be fun to watch that. FedEx, look at the relative strength here, it looks great. So the relative strength, this looks like a potential accumulation. Let's take a closer look. And so here, nice little accumulation structure, surges up to the minimum count objective at 240, beautiful. And then down it goes and creates another accumulation structure. I traded this one, and this counts up to 220 from the low, and then has a test and then turns back down into this area. And it's possible that that count becomes a potential count objective. Let's take a look at that. Oh, went right to it. But now it's possible that because of this backup, that this count across here which is quite a bit larger. I'm going to let you do that count, could count to higher levels. We are into resistance, so this is a really tricky place for FedEx. Here is SSR Mining, really interesting case study. You can see here an accumulation in this count, an accumulation over here with, look at the pivot up, and then distribution. And oh, let's look at one thing here. I just want to point out, relative strength is rising, trade with strong relative strength, but then look, the relative strength starts to turn down and it's weak with actually underperforming the market here. Looking at this, we can see these accumulations. This one here has a beautiful count, a pivot, throws over once, comes back for a test, and then rallies up to 22. Swing trading opportunities, sell on strength. Here is another one over here, comes down after a spring, rallies up to resistance, has a test, then turns up. This counts 19.5 to 20, beautiful, with a surge into that count objective, very tradable. Here is a distribution. We always want to count these in as small count structures if we can be conservative. We're not there yet, 17 to 16, another point lower to get to the minimum count objective. So, and it's acting like it's under distribution. So we have to be very careful here. Our last stock of the day is Perrigo. This is a drug company. Look at this beautiful structure. You can see it here, this structure under accumulation. But I want to point out, look at how point and figure tends to organize the data in such a way that it gives us a clearer message about what's going on. The vertical chart tends to be a little messy. Now, relative strength is surging nicely here. It's attempting to come up and out of this accumulation structure. So we see that there is a count potential and there's a distribution area up here. So let's zoom in and look. Here's the distribution. Here is an attempt to rally, and it's a very weak rally into a last point of supply, we call it. We count back to here 11 columns because this is where the weakness started. This is where the sellers came in. This is where the selling turned into a markdown. This count, look at this, takes us right to 38 to 35. It surges right down into that zone and stops. This is the beginning of what could be an accumulation and a potential swing trading opportunity. Here is a small count off the spring, or maybe this is a shakeout low, a little deeper than a spring. And this count takes us up to 43 to 46. And not there yet, just coming up and out. And if it does get up and out, maybe it has to back up. But then there's a larger count here. This count, 26 columns, and oops, that takes us up to a level. I'm going to let you count that. And 26 columns at 1 point scaling, add to the low into the count line. With that, I will say thank you for being here. And join us on Power Charting on Friday. We are going to do more of this, and we'll see you then.
Hey guys, Dave Keller here with StockCharts.com. Thanks so much for watching our video. If you enjoyed it, and we hope you did, hit the like button right below. Also, we have so much new content every day. Consider subscribing to the channel. Just hit the subscribe button in the video or right below. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have a fantastic day.